SNK was a weird company, man, what can I tell you? They had a theme park with terrifying animatronics. We'll always remember the Band of Fighters. A fuck-ass horror game on PS1. A arcade system that had 7 games released and promptly fucking died. And the ability to go out of business twice and still rise like an abusive phoenix from the ashes to terrorize the masses until they shit out of their asses. Amongst these other diversities was ADK, a gaming company that worked as a third-party developer with the Neo Geo. They gave us the World Hero series with Twinkle Star sprites and the topic of today's video, Aggressors of Dark Kombat. Aggressors, or, in Japanese, Tsukai Gangan Koshin Kyoku, is a strange little fighter that dropped back in 1994. I'd also like to take this moment to mention the translation of its original title. It is Thrilling Intense March. I don't know what this really means, but it sounds cool. It operates like a beat-em-up fighting game hybrid, with the one-on-one fighting, special moves and mechanics of a fighter combined with the movement range of a beat-em-up. In fact, each fight starts with the fighters twirling around one another before the great fisting begins. For this fighter we have 3 buttons, one for punching, one for kicking, and a dedicated jump button. Because, you know, pressing up just moves you up the screen, so we kinda gotta handle that in a different way. Special moves are done with the usual motion controls, and of course there is some classy, how the fuck do I do that SNK motions. I swear man, 90s fighting game programmers must have just all been fucking double jointed, because there is some fucking ass motions out there. Have you, like, the pretzel motion's bad enough, but if you look at some of the ones from Capcom Fighting All-Stars, made by SNK staff, what the fuck? What is this? What the fuck am I looking at? Combos boil down to mashing one button 4 times before finishing it off with a special. Keep in mind, I am trash. I am trash and I can fully admit it. We of course have a special meter known as the Crazy Meter in this game. When it's full and the opponent is on their final of their 4 life bars, you can unleash your Gangan attack, which is an insta-kill. Despite the fact that I said this was a beat-em-up fighting game hybrid, there's also some wrestling game blood in there. Pressing the punch and kick button together will have you grab the opponent, which can be followed up with another input to unleash a variety of moves seen in the straightest form of entertainment out there, professional wrestling. You can counter out of it by pressing something. I don't know what to tell you boys, I just mash buttons and manage to get out on occasion. Most of the time I eat shit, but fuck, if it can work 50% of the time, do it 100% of the time. Some grapples will allow you to break the bones of your opponent, which isn't as much of an inconvenience as it really should be. Like, I broke a guy's arm, and he just sort of got stunned for a second, and then got right back at it. Like, bro, your arm's broken. I've seen Baki. I know how human anatomy works. You shouldn't be able to do that. Every so often, weapons will drop onto the stage. There's shovels, barbed wire, bats, and the only real useful one, a Molotov cocktail. Frankly, most of them aren't worth picking up. They're slow and will get you fucked immediately. This game has 8 fighters on its roster. We have protagonist Joe Kusanagi, the Red Panther from Honmoku. He's traveling around Japan attempting to find the strongest fighter. As you do. He's a rushdown character with specials that will launch you at the opponent like a bright orange basketball. Unfortunately, he's rather one-note. It can make him predictable and he can get himself into trouble really fucking quickly if you don't play quite right. Go Kido Koro is our rival character, the strong spirit from Naniwa. He's trying to find Joe to give him a good fight. He fucking sucks. Genuinely, there is not much he's good at. I like his special where he takes his sandals off and starts slapping his opponent with them, but I'm also not a foot fetishist, so I don't get that much out of it. Leon Holt de Morda is a German wrestler who is currently on the run in the United States for entering the country illegally. Luckily for him, he's big and he's tough, and he can launch ice agents into the fucking atmosphere with little effort. Frankly, he's the easiest to win with just by powering his way through his opponents. But being a big guy, he's also the slowest on the roster. This will not stop you from bullying your opponent. Sheen Gennis is a Canadian wrestler with a very Canadian name. I know many Sheens from the area. He's setting up his own wrestling league, so he's engaging in street fights to find new recruits. Naturally, he has the best throws in the game, to the point I've seen him pull off some king-esque chain combos on me. Please sir, stop. Honestly, he's the worst to fight in arcade mode because he's gonna fucking annihilate you, and there's not much you can do to stop him without actually knowing how to counter throws. And since I couldn't figure that shit out and was just mashing buttons, Abe fucking pounded me like a prime piece of fucking tuna. Lee Hae-kwon lives up to his name by being Korean. Apparently the big German fuck came about and smashed his dojo up, so he's on the prowl to get some revenge. A good all-rounder, but you're gonna have to stay close to your opponent to really get anything done. There's also a small child with a basketball. Kid, what the fuck are you doing here? Look at some of the manly, testosterone-filled motherfuckers we got here, and there is a small child with a basketball. Kid, get the fuck out of here, man. He's my least favorite character in the game. His range is unsurprisingly awful, meaning he's really only good for dashing in and then dashing back out. You have to play a total keep-away game to use him to any form of effectiveness. And it's really not going to work out well when you got things like Leon Holt's stomp move where he just bounces forward and he's got the range to just fucking clatter you against the other side of the stage. Don't play as the basketball kid. He fucking sucks. Fuma Kotaro from World Heroes makes a guest appearance and is a fucking beast. He's quick, his specials are all multi-hit, and can be easily comboed into. He'd easily be the best character in the game if it wasn't for a 16-year-old schoolgirl. Kasara Westfield is the best character in the game. There is no debate about this. Fast special attacks, easy combos, decent throws, spammable aerial attacks, and the ability to kick characters in the dick. Her shortcomings can be ignored. If you want to win, you play as Kasara. Her only big downside is that she's British, an unfortunate national affliction. This is a tough fighter. It'll take you a little time to become accustomed to the change in perspective. I found that the first hour of playing was getting used to this, only to find out I was having a bad time because my first opponent was fucking Fuma. Its oddities make it interesting, but unfortunately make it rather limited for dicking about. There's not much experimentation to be had. I don't believe this game has a real tournament scene, and acts as a little oddity for fisting fans to give a go. That's not a bad thing for the record. I've played obscure fighters with no scene before, and most of them are still good fun. Outside of Fuma, Kasara is the only character to have any staying power. She showed up in Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, where Joe has a brief cameo in her super. Appears as a card in Card Fighters Clash DS, the worst game in the series, but, you know, it's alright. And, oh my god, she's in Days of Memories. No, I'm not going near those friggin' games again. Leave me in peace. I've served my time. I don't have to play the dating sims anymore. I am a respectable man, okay? I have some dignity. Don't know where it is, don't know where I got it from, but I have some. Well, that's Aggressors of Dark Kombat. Feels like I sounded a bit negative about it through the rest of the video, but it's good fun. I do recommend you give it a try. It's really easy to get hold of too. You can emulate it or you can buy it through the PSN store. Don't know about the Xbox store. I don't own an Xbox anymore. I'm still working on the big video. You'll understand why when I spunk it out into... Why the fuck did I write that? You'll understand why when I spunk it out into existence. Why it's taken so long. That's awful. Why? I'm a fucking idiot. Look, when it's done, you'll get why it's so fucking long, okay? It should be out next month. You boys take care in this new year and don't forget to go get your ass kicked.